Hello and welcome. Happy August 4th to 2020. I am Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck. And I'm here to bring you some exciting news in regards to what's going on for August as we're moving into a very, very powerful month of August. As it's the only sign that when you turn over the number on its sign, it means infinity. Infinity means anything's possible. Magic can very well happen. And I'm sure you're very much aware, if you've been following my page, my blog, that we have many planets in retrograde at this time. To name some of those planets, just in case you're new to my page, we have Pluto, which is the planet of transformations and death. And then we have Saturn, which is all about our boundaries, our ability of letting go, and also our karmic energy. We have Jupiter, which is a planet of gifts and expansions. Neptune is all about the spiritual growth. And then we also have this little planet called Chiron. I always say it wrong. Chiron. And that is our planet, which is all about the wounded healer. So all the things that we've been carrying from past life to this lifetime in regards to wounds may very well be surfacing for you. They're surfacing for the sole purpose of helping you to heal some, if not many, of those wounds. Now, in addition to those planets that are in retrograde, we have several more still going retrograde. And let's dive right into August in regards to Uranus. Uranus will be our next planet to go retrograde, and that planet will retrograde on August 12th. And it's going to retrograde in Taurus energy. And to be exact, it will retrograde from August 12th right through January 14th, 2021. Now, what can you expect regarding this particular retrograde in itself? To start off with, it may very well impact the following astrological signs, such as Virgo, Aquarius, and Scorpio energy. These astrological signs may feel this retrograde a little more so than someone that does not have these particular signs in their forecast, so to speak. This transit may impact money, finances, and also the market system. So just keep that in mind in regards to this particular retrograde. I also like to make note, which is a highlight. I want you to highlight this. With this retrograde in Uranus, this is about two choices. There's two choices you're going to get to make when Uranus goes retrograde. And those two choices are change or die. Now, not die in a literal sense where you're actually going to transition back home, but die in reference to a lot of your habits are going to be forced to die off, where things that no longer serve, things that are expired, things that just are not moving along for you are going to die off. Now, the difference between the change and die is you changing it, you have control in regards to whatever it is that you're going to work on letting go. And you not changing it on your own means the universe steps in. And that means things are just going to die off. So anything that isn't really serving your highest purpose, things that you're feeling a little stagnant in, if you do not make the choice to change on your own, the universe steps in. And that's just what it is with the Uranus energy going into retrograde. So my suggestion to each and every one of you is to really take charge of this powerful retrograde with Uranus and change what you need to change. So if you are noticing stagnation in any area of your life, whether it be your career, a relationship, your money area, your health, your friends, whatever, whatever it may be, this is your time now. Today is actually August 4th, so you have less than 8 days to really start making a change before the universe steps in and makes that change for you. And I do highly recommend that you start working on that change as of today. So by time August 12th rolls around, you're not going to be feeling as though the universe has kicked your butt. Other things I want you to make a note of, as this is not a really good time to make any investments regarding money and or any personal relationships. You may find many challenges coming in play when in reference of investing in anything, money matters and also personal relationship issues. So refrain from any major investments during this time. And you definitely do it after the retrograde, but not during. And again, just to recap in regards to what retrogrades mean. Retrograde is a period of reflecting, not reacting. So this is not a time to really move into any major investments. This is really a time to pull back and perhaps we reflect on what it is you have invested in, how's that working for you, and see if after the retrograde, which is January 14th, 2021, if you are ready to make some changes in that investment, whatever it may be. So now that's the Uranus energy, which again, if you want to note it down, that starts retrograde on August 12th through January 14th, 2021. And that stays in retrograde for about a 5-month period. So it's a lot of time to do some reflecting as opposed to reacting. Now let's dive into Mars, because Mars will be our next planet to go retrograde. And I have some notes here because there's a lot going on for Mars. Mars will retrograde as of September 9th through November 14th, 2020. Now, before I go into the Mars energy, I also want to again do a calculation here of knowing that at this very moment, as of September 9th, we will have, give and take, let me see, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planets in retrograde over a period of time. Give and take 2 weeks once Mars goes retrograde, September 9th, because as of September 12th, Jupiter will be going direct. So it won't be so terrible where we'll have 7 planets in retrograde for a really, really long time. Just to make that notation. So, what do we need to know about Mars retrograde? To start off with, Mars is going to be retrograde in Aries energy, which is actually its home. Now, Aries is the astrological sign of fire and action. And Mars is pretty much the same thing. Mars is about action, but aggression, almost like the fighter, so to speak. So I want you to keep that in mind. Now, during this time, you may experience some challenges during this Mars retrograde. And that will involve traveling or trying to finish up any type of projects. So if in fact you have started the project, maybe a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, really try to work on getting those projects done before September 9 flows in. Otherwise, yes, you're going to have a little bit of a challenge trying to complete the programs, trying to complete the projects. Not that you're not going to be able to complete them, but you're going to find that it's not going to be in your favor to stay on track. So if this is something that's important to you and you really have a project that you're looking to complete, I highly recommend you get a move on it now before September 9th strolls in. Next thing I'd like to bring to your attention as well. You may find people becoming very tantrum prone. As when we think about it, Aries and Mars together in a retrograde, people may find themselves throwing tantrums when they're not getting their own way. If this happens to be, I invite you just to sort of take a step back and breathe from that person. Now, if you happen to be the one throwing a tantrum for whatever the reason is, I invite you to take a moment just to breathe and just step back, possibly even clear yourself away from people and things just for a little while, just to recenter your energy. It's very important to have your energy realigned during this retrograde. Now, another great thing that's going to be taking place during this retrograde period, or should I say not so great, is that it's going to put an impact and some light on your career, where, again, you may have a very challenging time moving things along. But that doesn't mean you should not be doing it. I definitely highly recommend that you put some action into your motion, but recognizing that some of those projects that you may be working on may take a little longer than what you expected to come to a completion. Also, some fun things to know about this beautiful Mars retrograde is that Mars and Venus are the 2 planets that impact love and sex. Mars is the masculine energy, Venus is the Mars is the masculine energy, and Venus is the feminine energy. But do note that we have both energies within our system. And again, just to recap on these energies that are going to be taking place in reference to retrograde, as of August 12th, we will have Uranus going retrograde, and then to follow September 9th, Mars will be retrograde. And at that point, we will have 7 planets in retrograde. Again, retrogrades are all about reflecting, reviewing, resetting. Notice all the re's. It's not about action, 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 action. So reflect, reset, reevaluate during these retrogrades period. And one last reminder regarding that Uranus retrograde, which I think is really the big highlighter here, is recognizing that you have 2 choices before Uranus does retrograde, and that is change or die. And the die aspect is not a literal concept of death, but is recognizing that anything that's not serving your highest purpose right now is going to die off. The universe is going to step in and it's going to die things off. So you have this opportunity to change that before the universe does step in. And you approximately have about 8 days to really make that action happen. So if there are anything going on in your world right now that's causing you to feel stagnant, evaluate it now before August 12th and cut the cord to it. Cut the cord. Now, if there's anything that's going on in your life where you're feeling like you are stagnant and really not sure how to move forward from that stagnation, I invite you to take on a 30-minute discovery session in regards to a cosmic energy soul reading. This will help you to find out what chakras in your chakra system may be blocked and how to go clearing out the energy so you can move forward into these amazing retrogrades with ease, peace, and calmness. Should this be resonating with you, feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com to schedule your 30-minute discovery session, cosmic energy soul reading. And I do look forward to helping you move through these retrogrades with ease, peace, and joy, and come out of it at the other end being a whole different version of who you are. After all, that's what these retrogrades are all about. It's there to help us become a better version of who we are. And again, feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com. I look forward to connecting with you, and I do look forward to sharing more with you about these amazing retrogrades as they come about. Bye-bye for now.